Unless you've been living under a rock over the past week or have been too loved up with Valentine's weekend to notice, Evolve, Take-Two Interactive's new asymmetrical competitive shooter, has launched on PC and next-generation consoles to mixed reviews, controversies following DLC content, and evidence of game-breaking glitches and bugs.
Got an Armadon here!
Evolve is set on Shea, which appears to be a planet that humanity has attempted to colonise. The only problem, however, is that the colonies have been under attack by alien monsters. Players can choose to play as one of these three monsters, available from launch, each with its own unique abilities and perks. Goliath, the quintessential Brutus warrior, Kraken, the flying spellcaster, and Wraith, the silent but deadly assassin. Monsters evolve through 3 stages by killing and eating the beasts on Shea, and in doing so they can unlock more powerful abilities. To quell this monster uprising, a number of monster hunters are available for selection, and these hunters break down into 4 classes: Assault, Medic, Support and Trapper. Most players will be familiar with these roles, apart from the Trapper, who's responsible for tracking and trapping the monster throughout a match. Each hunter also has its own selection of perks and abilities, which are available for upgrade the more you play. Evolve has 4 game modes: Hunt, Nest, Rescue and Defend. Each of these game modes is played offline or online. The only difference being is that with offline or solo mode you play the computer. What makes Evolve unique as a shooter is that each of these modes is characterised by an asymmetrical form of arena combat. 4 hunters versus 1 monster. In Hunt, the hunters must kill the monster before it can destroy the power relay, which is located in the map, normally in the centre. The monster must reach stage 3 before it can destroy this relay. In Nest, 6 monster eggs are located in random locations on the map. The monster must protect them from the hunters for 10 minutes and can hatch 1 egg to spawn a minion to help it. The hunters must destroy all 6 eggs as well as any minions within the time limit. In Rescue, injured colonists trying to escape the monsters are placed on the map randomly. Hunters have to locate, revive and protect them as they make their escape via transport. The monster needs to kill as many of the colonists as possible. Whoever saves or kills 5 colonists first wins. And finally, in Defend, hunters must protect power generators and stop the monster from reaching the starship's power source. The monster also has support from smaller Goliath minions throughout the match to help. Now, one particularly good feature of Evolve is that map effects can be introduced to spice up play. Each of the game modes are enjoyable, but Hunt tends to be the most popular choice. For most variety, it's best to play with the game's evacuation mode, which allows players to play through 5 scenarios with wins and losses affecting the next round through the introduction of map effects, such as team or monster buffs. I was disappointed to find that the single player and multiplayer were basically the same option. Multiplayer is well balanced and the AI works very well when holding its own. But then, the same is true of other free-to-play games that are supported by microtransactions. Evolve is also really buggy, and there are 3 big frustrating glitches I found in my roughly 30 hours of playtime so far. The first is simply just disconnecting in the lobby before joining a game, or having party members disappear from the lobby only to remain there unheard and unseen. The second is some sort of graphics glitch that tears up the screen through buggy textures and shadows. It's extremely frustrating trying to locate a monster in the distance when your vision is incorrectly obscured by shadows of a building which was on the other side of the map. The third is sound popping. The game is full of it, at least it was on the Xbox version, and it really serves to undermine the overall experience of the game. Popping sounds often disrupt the flow of the game, as well as the conversation with your fellow teammates. But these things aside, Evolve has got a lot going for it in terms of replayability. But each of these game modes requires players, particularly hunters, to shift their thinking towards playing their class rather than seeking out the objective. Evolve is not like Battlefield or Call of Duty, which are objective-based shooters. Evolve is about playing your class first in order to reach the objective. In my experience of over 30 hours of play, many players are still to recognise this, preferring to run off into the distance, often as a support or medic class, rather than hanging back and letting the Trapper fulfill their role. This frustrates the gaming experience, as cooperative play is essential to enjoying Evolve. Without it, the game quickly descends into a boring cat and mouse chase, which is only resolved by the monster reaching stage 3 and wiping out the entire team. In many ways, Evolve seeks to transform the shooter genre through asymmetrical combat. This is a brave step and should be congratulated, but as anybody who has played other shooters knows, the main frustration with the online experience is that it's basically an effort in herding cats. Evolve hasn't done much to challenge this issue, and in many ways expects the community to resolve it. But unfortunately it doesn't work like that, and Take-Two need to seriously consider how they will implement a matchmaking system that rewards players who want to communicate and work strategically together, and those who don't. If they don't do this, then Evolve is likely to fall into a niche gaming community played by well-organised teams, rather than a popular shooter that encourages players to work together in order to reach higher standards of competition.